Welcome back to the Always Thinking Mindset channel, where we give you positive vibes and simple rules to achieve your goals. Now, in today's video, we're going to speak on whether a franchise is right for you. Now, before we begin, as any disclaimer, I am not a franchise expert or professional. So if you take any consideration of this video, it's just for general information purposes. But not only that, any big financial transaction, please get with a professional of your choice before you make it. Also, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. It will help the algorithm and you don't have to be subscribed. But if you love the channel, you already know what to do. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, you want to own a business, but you don't want to start from scratch, right? Because you got to understand, not most businesses succeed within the first 5 years. So why not buy a business? And this is where franchising comes in. So, anywhere from Dunkin' Donuts, Subway, McDonald's, you name it, any branded company, you'll actually see whether they offer a franchise or not. Like I said, franchising is the most simple and easy way of making money if you know how to manage the business in itself. Now, according to the Franchise Business Review, the average income any franchisee will acquire is usually in the six figures, right? And that's pretty good. Being the fact that it's a proven business model, all you do is get the map and start the business. So, with that being said, let's get to our first rule of what is a franchise. Now, a franchise is simple. It's a simple business model, and it's usually a relationship between two people, the franchisor and the franchisee. The franchisor is the head honcho, the one saying, listen, I'm going to give you permission, my branded brand, with all my recipes, all my operations, all my standard operating procedures, management, and all you have to do is manage and run the business. Now, with the franchisee, the relationship is, yes, I will take everything that you already have in place and implement it, and let's make this money together. Now, franchising is different from licensee, right? That's a whole different video for another time. But franchise is actually good because it not only builds the brand from within, but you got to understand that a franchisor already has operations and systems in place, marketing, usually the big ticket items that to get any business off the ground. Now, franchising is not for everyone because at the same time, people think they throw money at it and it actually starts accruing money. But it's just like any business, right? You get out what you put in, and at the same time, you have to be knowledgeable and smart and study uh, the document itself. So, when you buy a franchise, there's usually required, it's called a franchise fee, and it can range anywhere from $40,000 to $45,000. It might be even as low as $15,000, depending on the franchise. Now, it doesn't have to just be fast food. It can be anything from mosquitoes to home services, you name it. At the same time, you get what's called a franchise disclosure document. It's a pretty lengthy document, so it is a legal document, and this is the contract between the franchisor and the franchisee. So please read it right. Pretty much, let's walk by of what the benefits are of a franchise, of owning a franchise. So the next rule, we speak on the benefits. The benefits of owning a franchise is it's already been established. The hard work has been done. All you have to do is buy into it and start running its operations, right? Because they already have brand recognition. They already set the standards, standards operating procedures. They already know what to do, and all you have to do is plug the players in, whether it's a general manager or actually someone that knows how to run the business and profit. Now, with the benefits in mind, you have to keep in mind of what location you want to be, what territory, it's what's called within the franchise disclosure documents. Within the FDD, you usually get what's called a franchise agreement. The standard is about 2 weeks for you to review, read, and see if you're actually interested in buying and purchasing the franchise. Now, with this being said, everything is regulated, of course, by the government. FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, they actually try to implement rules and regulations on franchises because there are a lot of grifters out there, a lot of salesmen that are not meeting expectations or just selling you bad financial company. But at the same time, like I said, it's all regulated, which is good, but at the same time, it's kind of bad, depending if you're the franchisor or the franchisee. But like I said, the benefits of having and owning a franchise is you're able to make money. At the same time, you usually start off with one unit, right? Depending on the company and what the contract says. But with as time goes, you can acquire more units from 1 to 10 to 20 to 60 units, right? Because it's the same system. It's pretty much a cookie cutter box of how to run the business, and this is how you're supposed to do it. So obviously, the more franchises you own, more money you're gonna make in the future. Now, with that being said, it leads me to my last rule of what is the downside of franchising. The downside is that you don't own the business, right? You, as a franchisee, signed up to sell someone else's brand, protect it, implement it, and run it. So that means there's a contract between you, right? You have certain duties as a franchisee to meet those contracts, whether it's you paying royalties, whether you paying for advertising fee, whether it's you running the business accurately and professionally within the contract. Now, a lot of people get in trouble because they think they can take on something, and in the end, they end up just being horrible with it, or they never had any business on running the business. And I've seen this personally. But at the same time, like I said, it's a good way of making money, but please understand the risks that are involved, the due diligence, all that has to be factored before purchasing a franchise. But this is where people get in trouble because once you do own the business, it is yours. It is your baby. You get to run it. You get to do how you want to do it. But at the same time, if you end up franchising with McDonald's, they're going to give you a map, right? They're going to say you have to stay within this box because we're McDonald's and we control how we operate our systems. Now, at the same time, you're not going to get in the business of McDonald's if you're going to be selling hot dogs. That's a big no-no. They will tell you that straight up. And at the same time, it takes capital, right? Sometimes, depending on how big the franchise, whether Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, the biggest brand chains, they usually require more capital, more investments, more due diligence. But at the same time, you get more revenue, right? You get more profit if you know how to run the business. If you run the business to the ground, the franchisor has the right to actually do what happens is they end up going to a first right of refusal where they actually get to buy back the business and sell it to another investor, or they can in-house it, depending on what the contract says. Remember, the FDD is the main document. Please review that before signing anything and what are the expectations. Now, with that being said, a franchise is a great opportunity for you to make money. Like I said, it's scalable. If you know what you're doing, if you've been around the block, whether it's Taco Bell, Subway, you name it. At the same time, if you find it fun, interesting, and you can make a lot of money just by implementing and owning a franchise. And that ends today's video. I hope you got value of this video. If you got value of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I'm willing to make more videos within franchising because it is sort of the layer of the cake. There's a lot going on within the contracts and the franchisor franchisee relationship, including arbitration and if you get in trouble. But like I said, if you love the channel, you already know what to do. And until next time, I will see you then.